This supercharged masterpiece is one of the best four-cylinder engines ever made, and nobody talks about it. When people talk about great four cylinders, you'll hear the usual names: K24, 4G63, maybe even the 2.3 EcoBoost, but there's one you'll almost never hear. A supercharged iron-block Mercedes engine with instant torque, AMG-level refinement, and bulletproof reliability. It might be the most underrated four-cylinder ever built, and personally, it's my favorite. Let me show you why. Let's start with some background. The M111 is the four-cylinder sibling of the M104, an overbuilt, ultra-reliable straight six that I've covered in another video. Both were built with longevity in mind, using top-tier materials, and time has proven them right. The M111 came in many forms, from 1.8 NA to 2.3 supercharged. But in this video, we're focusing on the peak version, the final 2.3-liter supercharged EVO made from 2000 to 2004. This EVO version came with AMG-level upgrades: reinforced block, high-flow head, coil-on-plug ignition, stronger internals, more efficient supercharger, upgraded fuel system, and sodium-filled valves, all boosting power, durability, and efficiency. The EVO version also featured an upgraded supercharger setup, ditching the older electromagnetic clutch in favor of a permanently engaged charger regulated by a bypass valve. Boost kicks in from as low as 1700 RPM, delivering a smoother, more consistent surge of power. It produces nearly 200 horsepower at 5500 RPM and delivers 280 Newton-meters of torque from just above 2000 RPM to nearly 5000. It means you have instant power on tap across the whole rev range. No lag, no need to downshift or rev it out. Effortless, usable torque, crisp throttle response, and a driving experience that outclasses many modern engines. It doesn't just feel quick, it feels alive. What makes this engine special isn't just the specs, it's how it feels. It's responsive and eager, with torque that hits early and stays strong throughout the rev range. Power is always ready, smooth, accessible, and satisfying without needing to chase the red line. And the sound? Oh, it's glorious. A sharp supercharger whine layered over a deep, throaty exhaust note. It feels like more than a 200 horsepower four-cylinder. It feels relentless, playful, and alive. Thanks to that instant low-end torque, it's a joy to live with. You don't need to rev it out to get moving, and it's easy to exploit gaps in traffic. It's quite efficient too. This engine has basically no downsides. The only known issue is an occasional head gasket leak, which isn't even common. Just one of the toughest, most enjoyable engines you can own. To give you some perspective, let's compare it to another German masterpiece of the same era with similar power, the BMW M52 B28TU. An incredibly smooth and efficient inline six with pleasant and linear power delivery. It's perfect. But maybe a little too perfect, a little too refined, and that's where the M111 comes in. It has character. A massive 90.9mm cylinder bore gives it a deep, throaty tone. It idles with a bit of roughness, but in a way that feels analog and alive. It's eager, raw, and never feels strained. Put your foot down and it's an event. Instant torque surge, thrilling supercharger whine from the front, and a rich growl from the back. It's addictive, and it never gets old. With just the right amount of usable performance, it's something you can enjoy constantly, without getting into too much trouble. It feels effortless, like it can do this forever, because it can. I've actually owned several M111 EVOs. I once pulled the cam cover and even opened the supercharger to service and inspect it. I was stunned to see that everything looked like new inside. No visible wear, even the charger bearings were still perfect. And that was after 24 years and nearly 200,000 kilometers. I replaced the cam cover gasket, changed the charger oil, and that was it. It doesn't even burn oil. I use 5W30 and it stays clean and topped up. Even the emissions blew my mind. When tested, it showed way lower than factory specs, meaning I pay less emissions tax. The best car to enjoy this engine in is definitely the SLK 230. With the open top and lightweight chassis, it's the most enjoyable way to experience that sound and power. The SLK 230 itself is an extremely underrated sleeper, a very capable roadster that makes the most of the M111's strengths. Now compare that to the Honda S2000. Same era, same layout, but opposite philosophy. The F20C needs to be revved to oblivion to make power. The M111, on the other hand, delivers effortless torque from down low, making it more usable in daily driving and arguably more enjoyable on a twisty back road. The SLK230 can not only keep up with the S2000, it can outperform it in many real-world scenarios. So why is nobody talking about it? Part of it is badge bias. The cars it came in were too understated, never really seen as driver's cars. While the M111 showed up in many Benzes, the EVO version only came in 3 models: C230 Compressor, CLK230 Compressor, and SLK230 Compressor, produced for just a few years. It's a true hidden gem that's still cheap, especially compared to M52 and M54 engines. Now here's where it gets fun. Imagine dropping the M111 EVO with the factory 6-speed manual into a BMW E36. That lightweight, capable chassis paired with instant torque and bulletproof reliability while keeping perfect weight distribution. Sounds like a match made in heaven. With M52 and M54 prices rising, this could be a smart alternative. I'd love to swap it into an E36 compact. What a hilarious and kind of brilliant combo that would be. My favorite BMW chassis with my favorite Mercedes engine. If I had a bigger channel, I'd be building it already. Now for me, this engine is perfect in stock form, but you can tell it's hiding real potential. With just a smaller supercharger pulley and an ECU tune, you can gain about 20% more power. If you want more, it's actually easier to just go turbo. The M111 EVO was built for boost and can handle 450 horsepower reliably without even opening the engine. Plenty of European tuners are already proving it. It might be one of the cheapest, most straightforward turbo builds out there. So yeah, that's the story of the M111 EVO, one of my all-time favorite engines. I hope you enjoyed the ride and picked up something useful along the way. Let me know if you want a full video on the SLK230. I've got a lot more to say about that car. Share your own M111 stories in the comments. And if this channel ever blows up, I'm doing that E36 swap. So if you want to see that happen, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to enjoy your cars and keep the spirit of driving alive.